And you can add another possible item to a shortage at your local supermarket, meat. This time it's not panic buying, but a shutdown at a major plant. Brandon Simmons breaks it down and tells us what you can do to help.
At the onset of the coronavirus spread across the United States, certain products were hard to come by. Items like toilet paper and cleaning products impossible to find. But from the beginning, food industry leaders suggested it was our panic that was causing shortages.
Just remain calm. If we will go about our shopping and shop for shorter periods of time than perhaps some of us have been shopping, I think we're going to be just fine.
But that was then, this is now. Even today, meat shelves in stores were stocked, but Smithfield Foods, one of America's major food processors, warns a shortage could be coming after they were forced to close a Sioux Falls processing facility until further notice. CEO Kenneth Sullivan said in a statement, "The closure of this facility, combined with a growing list of other protein plants that have shuttered across our industry, is pushing our country perilously close to the edge in terms of our meat supply. It is impossible to keep our grocery stores stocked if our plants are not running," end quote. The plant that closed is one of the largest pork processing facilities in the country, representing 4 to 5% of U.S. production. That equates to roughly 130 million servings of food per week, a major blow to the supply chain. On both ends, nothing in the stores, and for livestock farmers, nowhere to send their animals. Back at home, stores continue to work to keep our shelves stocked. A spokesperson for Giant Eagle says, "In recent weeks, we have worked closely with our supply partners to replenish many of the essential items that were hard to come by for some guests," end quote. But that doesn't mean it won't change. Now, to help prevent shortages, only buy what you need. Now is not the time to panic buy and overwhelm stores emptying their shelves. That would only make a potential shortage even worse. I'm Brandon Simmons, 3 News.